What a tune. Come on YouTube tracklist guy, don't fail me now. Damn it, where's track listing guy? There's always a track listing guy. Let me try Shazam. No, I'm late, I'll sort this out later. What was that tune again? I've wasted so much time over the years IDing, searching for and remembering to buy tracks for my DJ sets. I wanted to automate the entire process, so I made a thing. If you have a Mac or an iPhone, you can do this too and save hours crate digging every week. All Macs and iPhones have a built-in tool called Shortcuts. Shortcuts let you create your own mini apps to automate various tasks. I wanted to do this to make crate digging easy. This shortcut needs two main steps to work. The first is to ID the tune using Shazam. The second is to search for and easily buy the track we found on Beatport. Let's get started by opening the Shortcuts app. I'm going to be doing this on my Mac, but you can follow along on iPhone as well. Click the plus to add a new shortcut. You can call it whatever you want by clicking on the tile at the top. You can also give it an icon and a color if you want. Now the first thing I like to do is add a notification so I know that the thing is running. On the right hand side here, you'll see a bunch of different actions we can add to the shortcut. If you're using an iPhone, the search box will be down the bottom. First of all, let's search for notification. You should see this little lad here, show notification, drag that in. By default, the message will be hello world, which is a bit boring, so click on that and then change that to something like listening. Next, we need to fire up Shazam. Back in the search box, search for Shazam and drag that in. Apple owns Shazam, and that means it's actually built right into your iPhone or Mac. Shazam has its own notification built in, but it's a bit obtrusive. Since we've added our own alert already, we can disable that. Click on Show More, or if you're on iPhone, the little right pointing arrow. Uncheck the two boxes. At this point, it's a good idea to check everything's running okay. Play a track on your laptop or phone and press the play icon to run the shortcut. You should see the notification we just added appear, and if Shazam recognizes the track, it will show you the text underneath. If you run this shortcut on your iPhone, it'll actually work even if you're listening through headphones. On a Mac, you'll need the music playing out loud for this to work because it uses the laptop's mic to pick up the tune. And it goes without saying, the track will need to be on the Shazam database in order for it to recognize it. Okay, that all looks good, but now we need to tell this shortcut what to do when Shazam actually recognizes the track. In the search box, search for if. Drag it under the Shazam action. You'll see 3 different blocks appear. This allows us to add a bit of logic to this shortcut. On the first block labeled if, click on condition and choose has any value. Everything we put under this will only run when Shazam actually recognizes a track. This is where we start to do the clever stuff. We need to grab the metadata Shazam has identified and start to manipulate it to make our shortcut work. Search for text in the search bar. Drag it in under the if. You'll see a blank text box appear. Right click, do insert variable, and then Shazam media. On iPhone, you'll see those options appear just above the keyboard. You'll then be presented with a list of the metadata we can pull from Shazam. First of all, we want the artist, so click on that. Back in the text box, press space, do a dash, another space, and then we're going to add the title. Right click, do insert variable again, Shazam media, and this time choose title. What this means is inside this text box, we're storing the artist and the title that Shazam has identified. That means we can use it elsewhere in our program. Sometimes artists and titles contain weird characters that web browsers can't really understand. All we need to do was called encoding it so that we can use it in a URL. Search for URL encode and drag it underneath this text. What we're trying to do here is hijack the Beatport web address. To get this, I just went to Beatport and did a search, and I noticed the URL was always in this format. So all we need to do is insert our artist and title at the end of this search URL, and it should work. Search for URL on the right and drag it under the URL encode block. It'll give you an example of apple.com, so click on that and paste in the URL that I've just found. Right at the end of this, but still in the same text box, right click, do insert variable, and then URL encoded text. This basically sticks the artist and title we've just encoded at the end of that Beatport URL. Now we've got our address, the last step is to actually open a web browser going to it. Over in the search bar, search for open URL and drag that under the final block. Let's check everything is working. Play a song and press play on your shortcut. The first time you run this, the shortcut will ask for permission to open the web browser. Allow it. Just like that, we've Shazammed our track, searched for it in Beatport, and it's ready to add to our basket. Bit pricey though, I think I'll leave it. But we aren't quite done yet. I've actually made a more advanced version of this that you can download straight to your shortcuts. I've also added the ability to search Spotify, Tidal or SoundCloud, which is great if you mix with streaming tracks. Like many DJs, I also sometimes keep notes of tracks that I've heard. This version, it also copies the artist and title to your clipboard, so you can paste it straight into notes. You can get hold of it by signing up to the newsletter along with loads of other tips and tricks, link in the description. To finish off our shortcut, there's one more piece we need to define. That's what it should do if Shazam doesn't recognize the track. This is where we move to our otherwise block. As you probably know, sometimes Shazam needs a couple of tries before it actually figures out what a tune is. So it's good to add the option to try again here. Search for alert. Drag show alert into the otherwise block. Change the title to something like, couldn't find it, try again. What will happen is this will show an alert on your screen that will ask you whether you want to press OK or cancel. If you click OK, it will move to the next step in our shortcut. If you click cancel, it will just exit. When we click OK, we basically want to run the whole shortcut again to give Shazam another try. Search for run shortcut in the sidebar and drag it under the alert. Click on where it says shortcut and find the shortcut we're working on right now, which is this one. The last thing we need to do is give ourselves easy access to this shortcut. To add this to your Mac dock with the shortcut open, go to File, Add to Dock. By clicking the little I, you can even add it to your Apple Watch or the menu bar at the top of your Mac. But even with this hack, I was struggling to fit DJing into my life. Check out this video next where I show you some easy ways to maximize your productivity and fit DJing into a busy schedule.